So when you step back and you look at Redshift, it's the most broadly used data warehouse in the cloud. It's 2 times faster than anything else out there if you don't fudge the benchmarks. It's 75% less expensive than anything out there. And yet, what we would argue is that as you look at the age of data that we're in today, and if you fast forward even just a few years, how exponentially the amount of data that people are storing and trying to process and analyze is going to increase, you have to be looking around the corner and adjusting and evolving to allow you to do what you want. And so we've thought a lot about this in this space, and one of the first things that you all have told us is hey, look, I really want to be able to scale my storage and compute separately in Redshift. If I have, Redshift has these instances that have both storage and compute contained in them. If it turns out that I have a workload that needs more storage, I have to provision another instance, even if I don't need the compute. I want to scale those separately, which seems like a pretty reasonable request. So I'm excited to share with you our way to allow you to scale storage and compute separately with our new Redshift RA3 instances with managed storage. And so what these RA3 instances have is very fast, big SSDs in the local instance. And if it turns out that you have a workload that exceeds the SSDs, the amount of storage in the SSDs in the local instance, we've built technology that intelligently and automatically will move the less frequently accessed data to S3. But then what we did is, because we have Nitro, like I was talking about earlier, we built unique instances that have very fast bandwidth, so that if you actually need some of those data from S3 for a query, it moves much faster than if you had just had to leave it there without that high-speed bandwidth instance. And so with RA3s, you get to separate your storage from your compute. If it turns out, by the way, on your local SSDs that you're not using all the SSD on that local SSD, you only pay for what you use. So a pretty significant enhancement for customers using Redshift.